Okay. Okay. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Let's play Dear Esther Landmark Edition. Now I've already played this. It might say I haven't played this before, but I've gotten all the achievements on this game, which it's very easy to get all the achievements on this game. This is a walking sim. This is one of the very first walking sims where this. A lot of games like to call like some games walking sims when I wouldn't say they are. There's a lot of games that have very like has a lot of puzzles and stuff, have a lot of like story elements, and it you don't just walk in them. Like I wouldn't say Outlast is just a walking sim. I would heavily argue that there is more to Outlast than just walking. I genuinely will defend when people just say, "Ooh, it's just a walking sim." Like I do hate the term walking sim. I'm using it because it is easily how you can describe a game, these type of games, and nowadays developers have taken the name with pride. It used to be just a very insulty type of term to say like, "Oh, it's just a walking sim," stuff like that. But now developers seem to be like, "Yeah, it's a walking sim," and like have taken it with pride. And I still personally do hate it a little because I think a lot of people just want to use it's a walking sim and just shrug it off and like, eh. But I think a lot of games, there's a lot of games that have puzzles and stuff, and basically is more like Amnesia. Amnesia is a great example because Amnesia is practically like a point and click adventure game, but it's in 3D and you're being chased by a monster. But I can argue like it has point and click elements to it. If it was a 2D point and click game, like Clock Tower, I think people would be okay with it more. But because it's first person and 3D, people are like, oh, it's a walking sim when it's not. This, you all you do is just walk, and there is a narrator through it, so you might not hear me a lot. Um, I gotta make sure the uh closed caption enabled, large captions enabled. Is that disabled? There's subtitles? That was me turning on subtitles, right? I'm gonna play this with controller because it's easy. This game was originally a Source Engine game, like Stanley Parable, which is another great type of walking sim type game. Um, but both games later got ported to Unity. I think Stanley Parable, the uh, the what's the special edition for Stanley Parable called? The deluxe something. I can't remember. um, I can't remember what it was called. I kind of want to look it up now. I'm gonna look it up just to see what they called the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. That's what it's called. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which added new endings and stuff. And again, I think, am I wrong? It was made on Unity, right? Engine. Yeah, the Stanley Parable Deluxe Ultra Deluxe Edition was made on uh, Unity, and so was this version. This version was also made on Unity, but again, they all started. This game and the Stanley Parable all started out as mods for Half-Life 2, the Source Engine game. They all started out as mods, and then they took what they did in the mod and fleshed it out into a full game using the Source Engine. But they wanted to release it out to more consoles, and they didn't really want to keep on paying like the licensing for it and stuff, because you had to go to like a third. It's not Valve; you had to just pay for it. It's not like you had to pay Valve for the license to use the engine, but you also have to pay like another third party to use the engine because of what they use to use the engine. Like they use like other stuff. They redid it, and so basically, I think that's what it is. I think I have to really look into it. I'm not 100% sure, but what I remember reading is you have to pay like a third party company to use the Source Engine, and so they're like, would you like to release it on other consoles? How about we just use Unity? And so both the studios were like, we use Unity, and they remade both Dear Esther and this Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable is made by a different developer. Dear Esther was made by the Chinese Room, and Stanley Parable was made by something Crows. It's like Crows. It's like got Crow in the name. Now I gotta look up who made the Stanley Parable. Crows is what the Stanley Parable developer is called. So Crows made the Stanley Parable. And the Chinese Room made Dear Esther. And you might know the Chinese Room for making two horror games. They made Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. That's why I did think of Amnesia, The Dark Descent as an example of it's more than just a walking sim because of the Chinese Room working on the spin-off game, A Machine for Pigs. They also developed another horror game, a newer horror game that I have not played yet, but I am super excited to play it eventually, and I cannot wait to. Still Wakes the Deep. Still Wakes the Deep looks incredible, and I'm excited to play it. They also made Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. And I played that, and I loved it just as much as I love Dear Esther. Dear Esther is still my favorite walking sim. It is mostly just walking and narration, so you might not hear me a lot of the time. But I absolutely love this game, so we are going to start because I spent 8 minutes talking.
Dear Esther, I've lost track of how long I've been here and how many visits I've made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to
Yeah, that's too big.
me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
So the original Source Engine, you could be able to pick up items and stuff because of the. If I remember correctly, I never played the Source Engine version. I will 100% admit that. I never really played games on PC and stuff when this game came out. I've only played games on consoles, but I never really played the original Source Engine game. But if I remember seeing gameplay and stuff of it, like I never really fully saw the whole game until I played it when it was on consoles. But I saw clips here and there, and I remember that people could pick up the buckets and stuff, and I absolutely liked it. And just like Half-Life, or I think Half-Life 2, you could see the Citadel in the background. In a lot of levels, you could see the Citadel, and basically was kind of pointing you to that direction. And this is pointing you to uh, the tower. I think the radio tower or something. So, yeah, I think that's very cool. And I absolutely love that. Let's see, you could pick up this bucket, I think in the Source Engine version. You sadly cannot pick up anything in the Unity version. And that is a miss. You can't jump or anything. You can just move around and look. And you also might see some ghosts. Is there a ghost? Ghost! I didn't see it, but you probably did. Now, there's usually a ghost all the way up top there. It moves pretty quick. But, some creepy paintings and stuff. Basically, like you will see later on, like these look like doodles from a madman or something. Like someone is on this island with us, and you would think, ooh, this is pretty creepy. It's not a horror game though. I absolutely love this game. And I know a lot of people don't want to call it a game. Like it's not a game because there's no gameplay to it. And you know what? Okay, good. Okay, fine. I think it is a great experience, and I absolutely love this. And I want more games like this. I also want games that are games and stuff. Um, uh, More games like Amnesia: The Dark Descent or Amnesia: The Bunker. Like horror games that have no combat and something and still just puzzle focus and you gotta hide from monsters. I still want that all, but I am fine with just making experiences for myself. I'm trying to not try to trigger dialogue while I'm talking because that will just interrupt what I'm saying.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claim to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
That light at the end of the tunnel, like someone's there. They give you little hints or little things like there's someone else on this island watching you. And you can see this little paint can there. Like you saw painting on the wall. Stuff. It's very interesting, and this game is truly special. And if you've never played this, play it. This 6 Hills playthrough will be ruined for you. Play this game, buy it right now. This is an amazing experience that you have to play for yourself. And this would be the one playthrough where I won't really be. I never really make jokes. I'm not good at making jokes, as you can tell. But this will be the one playthrough where I'm not jokey or anything. Because I absolutely love this game. This is a fantastic experience. And it sucks. I would love to be able to erase my memory of this playthrough and just play it from the beginning all over again. I genuinely would love to forget my first playthrough. Because it is not, I will admit, walking sims, just walking sims where it's like you're experiencing the story and stuff and you're walking. It is harder to replay again because you've already experienced it, and even though I can watch a movie over and over again, I can rewatch it all. It is a little bit harder for game. There are a lot of games that I've always replayed again. I've replayed Uncharted, the The Last of Us, games that are like movies, and so it's easier time. A walking sim can be a little bit harder, but I am excited to continue playing this and experience it again. This is just an amazing experience, and I absolutely love it. It's also a very beautiful game. Like the visuals are just breathtaking. It is like exploring an island, and I absolutely love just exploring. Love games where you just explore somewhere, no combat, no nothing, just explore.
Those islands in the distance, I am sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrists ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
That's why I love open world games like Breath of the Wild. I just like exploring the area and just get the lore of what was before. Just get the environment, tell the story through the architecture or what, piece together what has happened before. And this is a great little thing that also helps me do that. And there's a little piece of the story through the island and stuff, like little pieces, like little visual things that are little details of what this full story is about. A little foreshadowing. And while I walk down, you will probably see
I
a.
have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market. It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
While you see there be little bits of foreshadowing in the environment, little things that honestly doesn't really make sense while they be on this island, but it is a little storytelling and something that adds on to the story once you fully get the full picture of everything. And it is great. It is little pieces of like details like that are amazing. And yes, I did zoom on those items specifically for that dialogue I literally just said about pieces of the environment telling the story a little bit without like full shouting and stuff. It generally is great, and I love this game. I truly do. I love this little experience, um, and I am glad I am playing this. I did want to play this because I wanted something quick because I need to stream every day, hopefully to get viewers up and to hopefully get more time on the stream. And yes, I did pick this game because one, it was a little bit quicker to install, um, and two, it would have been something to quick to stream, at least for like an hour or two. So, but I do love this game, and I was like, you know what? It's a perfect time to replay it any time as ever. And I did get all the achievements in this game. I had to do multiple playthroughs to get them, but I did get them, and I'm absolutely happy. This is the one game that I have all the achievements on PC. I might have all the achievements in the console version, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look and see if I got all the achievements. But this is a magnificent game. And I know I've said that a lot, have repeated multiple times about this game being amazing. But it is. It is. You can kind of see in the distance those islands he was talking about.
writer's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
And the narrator is absolutely incredible. I don't know the name of the narrator, but his voice is amazing. I absolutely like. He's the only voice you hear throughout this entire game, and it's a great voice to be hearing.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
I love that line. Infection is simply not of the flesh. That is a great line. The writing in this game is amazing, and I absolutely love it. So much little great lines, so much little details. I'm gonna walk this way. Leads to the same path, but you got a little bit more of a beautiful view. Just viewing the views.
I quote directly. A motley lot with little to recommend them. I've now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to be the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
I did lie a little bit. He's not the only voice you hear when you do die, and yes, you can die in this game by drowning. You have to actually drown yourself, and that is something you do by choice. The game does not have a section where you have to swim or something. Just by jumping into the water, like this little section of water here, I could just jump in here and drown.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
I'm just going to test out what I said there for a minute about drowning.
Come back.
What was that? No, that is the narrator. I swear it was a different voice. Well, that sounds like the narrator. Never mind, he is the only voice you hear. I swear I remember it being a different voice, but I guess I was wrong. As you can see, the over there is the little hole we looked through, and you saw there was a light through this tunnel. And there's the lighthouse from the beginning. I love that.
This
So,
hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why, asked the farmers. Why, asked Jacobson. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted.
Like these paintings are supposed to be from the hermit, or the little hermit they keep on talking about through his stories of someone that lives through the cave over there. That's why there was a paint can in front of the cave to imply that this is the hermit. This is who's leaving these messages, who is watching us in the background. This is a very beautiful, beautiful game. And I do say, if you like games like Gone Home or Dear Esther, please stop this video. Stream, but no one's watching at the moment. So, if you're watching this video when I upload this on YouTube, please do yourself a favor and play this for yourself. It is fantastic, and you will absolutely love it to the end. And you might be like me and be upset that you cannot erase your brain and play it for the first time.
Convinced I am not alone here, even though I am equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
So even the narrator is questioning if there's someone else on this path with us. And I will say, if you are trying to get the achievement, well, these are ashes. And since I have all the achievements, I have no point of looking at them, but these will be all scattered in each level, and you gotta find them. And when they blow away, then you know you have collected it. So just a little thing for you, achievement hunters. And also, one of the other achievements is to find all the messages in the playthrough. And yes, there are some areas where messages can play and you can walk past them and not hear all the messages. I think we're almost up to the next level. Yes, we are.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Little details like that, little stuff like that, little details, little stuff in the story tells you it's fully happened. I'm not gonna say what it is until the end of my playthrough. I definitely will point out something if it spawns a little bit later on. Sometimes this thing I'm hinting at doesn't spawn all the time. But it adds to the theories of this game. Of what was. And I love it. I genuinely do. I think that's a little great little piece of environment storytelling. again, it's a part of the environment, and it only spawns once in a little bit.
Wonder if Donnelly's voyage here was as prosaic as it was presented. How disappointed not to have found the bones of the holy man. No wonder he hated the inhabitants so. To him they must have seemed like barnacles mindlessly clinging to a mercy seat. Why cling so hard to the rock? Because it is the only thing that stops us from sliding into the ocean. Into oblivion.
Can't fully read what that says, honestly. See more of the radio tower right over there. That's what they're called, radio towers, or watchtowers, or whatever. Just a wrecked ship on the island. Crates everywhere. Boxes missing. Can of food. It's a beautiful shot of the game. Just beautiful environments that you can just explore and see. A VR version of this would be fantastic, honestly. If the Chinese rooms ever watch people play their games, I would request a VR version, even though I would have loved if there was a VR version. I would love for that to have been like my first playthrough of this. That would be really, really special. But I would like to probably replay this game again, but in VR. That would be great. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where all the locations of the
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
that basically tells you what has happened to Esther.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
You can see islands in the distance again. I need to play games like Stranded, Deep. I do like games where you're on an island trying to survive or explore. This is not trying to survive, this is just exploring. And I absolutely love this. Again, it's really hard to tell people how much you'll love like a walking sim or something, unless you've truly played it for yourself for the first time. Because me just saying, oh, it's great, or even if I could, like, greatly say what I want to say in words, it still would be hard for you to truly understand unless you've played it for yourself.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss?
And you can see, I think that is a ghost in the front. Like someone, looks like someone's just standing there.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil
Yeah.
around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Kind of want to keep on looking at that. Yeah, that sounds like a person over there. As you can see. They're kind of just standing there. They eventually move. That's why I'm keeping an eye on them. There we go. Getting closer. This is just a beautiful shot.
Originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jacobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
We do explore, I think, down here. So that's pretty cool to see. Something you explore a little bit later on in the view. And before you think, he's saying that's like a ghost or something in front of there, but it's not moving, so it has to be like a part of the scenery. We're getting closer. You will see that it will move eventually. There it goes. It's moving. And one side, just as soon as I talked, if I had a better view, we would have seen it going inside. But I did not have a better view. I apologize for that. But now we can enter it and hopefully see the item I was talking about. Again, I've been told it spawns like randomly. But hopefully it has spawned in this playthrough.
Inventory. A trestle table we spread wallpaper on in our first home. A folding chair. I laughed at you for bringing camping in the lakes. I was uncomfortable later and you laughed then. This diary. The bed with the broken springs. Once asleep you have to remember not to dream. A change of clothes. Donnelly's book, stolen from Edinburgh Library on the way here. I will burn them all on the last morning and make an aerial of my own.
I'm gonna go back and zoom in. And these things I've been told spawned randomly. So each playthrough, your first playthrough, you probably won't even see these. And those are the words in my head. I don't. Ultrasams? A baby. It implies that Esther was pregnant. And that was one of the better shots of a ghost. I think there's a ghost. Yeah, over there you can see someone walking. You saw someone walking with a lantern. Was another ghost. The light also was a ghost, by the way, from the cave earlier. But again, I think that's also try to imply that there is a someone on this island with you, a hermit, perhaps.
Jacobson's ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed, the result of some birth defect or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird. They found Jacobson in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
I guess I probably will find all the ashes. Another ship graveyard. Well, this isn't really a graveyard. The other one over there wasn't really a graveyard either. Just another shipwreck. This looks much older and has been 100% scrapped to nothing. Taken apart. It's no longer even really a ship anymore. It is just planks of woods. But you can see the build of a ship and one of the poles where the flags or whatever they're called that helps control the wind and control the boat. I really don't know the names of ultrasounds. That's what they're called, ultrasounds.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Pages. I just remembered when I said ultrasound. I remember the name of what those things are called for to see what the baby what the baby looks like. Ultrasounds. Not the name of what the flags were. For boats. Now it's time to go into the cave. Explore there and see the beauty of caves. We got a candle here. You brought that oil up earlier. Who lit them? As he does not remember lighting them.
Esther's addiction is my one true constant. Even though I wake in false dawns and find the landscape changing, flowing inconstantly through my tears, I know his reaching is always upon me.
I also could have played, but I would have to hook up my PS5 to my computer. I didn't really want to do that, but I also could have played the Dreams remake. Someone remade entirely in Dreams for the PS4 and can be played on PS5. PT, and I play like a few seconds of it, and it looks 100% like the original PT, except for the pictures and stuff. But the hallway and the doors, stuff like that, the radio, the chandelier lighting system, absolutely looks just like it did in the original PS4 PT demo. So I will eventually be playing that, probably right before the release date of Silent Hill 2. I do need to upload my Silent Hill 2 playthrough on YouTube, so hopefully we'll be doing that soon. So now let's go back to talking about this. That is a, or is that's just a. Yeah, I thought for a second this was just deeper, but it just looks like that because that is the illusion of what caves can do. They can make you think something is much deeper than it actually is. Again, this cave system is absolutely just beautiful. It's the lighting and stuff, the paint. Definitely would like to make a game, like a walking sim game where you're exploring an island. I also would like to make a normal survival horror game or a normal action game. Or normal just puzzle walkings, like a puzzle no combat game. But this would be great.
Someone had taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
I definitely am looking forward to eventually playing Still Wakes the Deep. Hopefully soon, maybe. But I'm not sure. I'm definitely a lot more like calmer and stuff just for the experience of this game. Oh. We go deeper into the cave. This truly is beautiful. Just breathtaking. Ghostly even. Heavenly. Little mushrooms growing in the cave. We made it back up. We made it back where we were before. The atmosphere is just amazing. The music, the soundtrack, the mood of the game. It's not creepy. That doesn't give me a sense of uneasy or doesn't make me feel uneasy.
If the caves are my guts, this must be the place where the stones are first formed. The bacteria phosphoresce and rise, singing through the tunnels. Everything here is bound by the rise and fall, like a tide. Perhaps the whole island is actually underwater.
Like, it doesn't give me the feeling of uneasy or anything. It kind of makes me feel relaxed and calm. It is beautiful. This is a work of art. And I've always said games can be art. And they don't, and I'm not just talking about games like these or The Last of Us. I'm talking about any game. I even think Mario is art. If there is passion to the game and heart to it, it is art. If it was just made for money and greed, like a lot of games from EA or even Ubisoft, then yeah, it's a different story. There was a bird in here. Lay its eggs, and they've hatched or been destroyed. Hopefully hatched, not destroyed. That would be very sad, honestly. But what bird would lay their eggs in a cave? Look at the diamonds, or the drill. Something the diamonds, or just some kind of drill or something. It's beautiful. Gonna make some good money off of them at least. I'm not necessarily sure. More paint. Just wanted to show you the entirety of this little area. If you're wondering if there is a running speed, no. It's just buttons, just zoom. All of them. Because you don't need to run. What are you really rushing? The game is to tell you a story for narrations, and just rushing. No one would. I don't think anyone would really speedrun this game. If there is speedruns for this game, that'd be impressive. But I think most of them will probably be through boundary breaking, something like that. Not necessarily through the pace of the game, because the pace of the game is what you are looking at right now. So you would not be seeing any speedruns of this game, but I could be wrong. But that's okay. This game was not made to be speedrun. No game is really made to be speedrun. But there are some games that do encourage speedrunning. This is not one of them, though. This game wants you to take your time with it.
This drowned man's face reflected in the moonlit waters. It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
Oh. Okay, there we go. Behold. I can't read that. It says taken. And there we go. Kind of scribblings of a madman. Or are they? Away from being a city. And it shall be a ruinous neat? A ruinous peep? Beautiful. Like I said, I think a lot of this would be just me, not really talking. You see, I think that is the light of the hermit, or the ghosts. You can see that wasn't really the shape of a person. Kind of a memory, flashback. Coins. Kind of hospital bed. Well, not really a hospital bed, but or examination table. There is a developer commentary, so if you want to get the full understanding of what is going on and all that, and it's basically exactly like, since this was made originally in the Source engine, they did take inspiration from Valve's commentary, where it's just a voice bubble. You can turn activate a little dialogue bubble that is floating in the areas of each section, and they tell you what was the decision, or what was the decision of this area, the story point, and the environment. And it is absolutely amazing. Definitely do think games all need more commentary from developers and stuff.
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Like I said, the soundtrack is amazing. Kind of breathtaking in a way. Like the whole story can be breathtaking. It's truly just a masterpiece. I've seen this as another masterpiece in my eyes. Through storytelling, not necessarily through everything, but mostly just for storytelling. And that's what this game really is. It's just a story that you can experience. Like, fully experience it. Like this kind of an environment telling here. There's a tent. Old barrels. What could this all mean? Just kind of environment storytelling as well. Not just storytelling, it's just the storytelling and the narration, but also in like the environments and stuff. I do recommend, if you do play this, I say play this, and also listen to the developer commentary, like exactly right after playing it.
We shall begin to assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
Someone watching us. But I think that is another ghost. I definitely want to point out those things because it's going to really add on to my theory of what this entire game is. or at least what I think it represents. We're getting close to the ending. We're so close to the radio tower. Just more paint from the hermit. And also this. Like an image of someone or something. Look at that.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac, the leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
More candles.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I watched all of you sink.
So I was looking to see if I could find one of those paper boats he was talking about. I do remember a paper boat in this game. There it is. There's the paper boats. There they are. All the letters he meant to send to Esther, but the letters you're reading now. Basically writing them to Esther after all this, after her car crash. On a sudden, a light from heaven shined around him, and he fell to the ground. I kind of knew this game wouldn't be that great to stream, but I think it helps me stream a lot more. It's good to stream more. I'm mainly doing this for a YouTube video so I can upload to YouTube. We're getting closer to that area where that man was standing.
Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus. They resuscitated him by hitting him in the chest with stones gathered by the roadside. He was lifeless for 21 minutes, certainly long enough for the oxygen levels in his brain to have decreased and caused hallucinations and delusions of transcendence. I'm running out of painkillers, and the moon has become almost unbearably bright.
He still stands there.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
All the candles just shining. And as he was proceeding on his journey, and was coming near to dangerous, and he
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
and he was 3 days without sign, without sight. And neither did he eat nor drink.
There are headlights reflected in these retinas. Too long in the tunnels of my island without a bottom. The sea creatures have risen to the surface, but the gulls are not here to carry them back to their nests. I've become fixed, open and staring, an eye turned on itself. I've become an infected leg whose tracking lines form a perfect map of the junctions of the M5. I will take the exit at mid-thigh and plummet to my Esther.
This little area kind of makes me think this island was used for like war or a battlefield. Makes me think this was like a little bunker or an area to hide out during the war. I don't know, little things like that and little rooms like that make me think that's what these were for. And it came. Sorry. And it came to pass that as I made my journey and was to me was to me unite.
Come back.
Did not mean to do that. Trying to read that. But I can't read that last part. See a little house over there, or a little bunker of some kind. So environments like this, it's like this is a beautiful landscape. I absolutely love this game. I really can't read what this says. See heaven, from heaven, a great light. Or like I don't want to fall again. Round about me, and could not see for the
Dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
the glory, that light, being led by the hand of them. Me. Oh, I gotta read this. That with me. That were with me. That were with me. Came into that were that were with me. Damage. Is that damage? Damages that came into that were damages came into that were with me? Is that what this is? I'm not sure. I was supposed to think there was a ghost up here, but I might have missed it. As I was looking down.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air, white lines etched into these rocks. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
as I said, as I've been saying for this entire playthrough, I absolutely love Dear Esther. It is a wonderful experience that I wish I could replay for the first time again. But I absolutely love it. And my theory of what this entire experience was, it wasn't a man taking his final steps to death, like him committing suicide. I believe this was a man in limbo, experiencing the island one last time, and then leaving to the afterlife. Because you did see we were a bird through the shadow. We were a bird. I do believe this was just a man experiencing the island through death. And just taking that one big journey and before he goes into the afterlife. Because we've seen little things, because why were there random like vehicle parts? Why was there a car door? Why was there medical equipment? Why was there pictures of ultrasounds? And it makes me think it's because we're not really on this island. We are on his version of the island. It's, I want to say, kind of limbo before, like the place before you go to the afterlife. That's what I interpret this game as. And I think this game is extremely beautiful. And I love all of the Chinese Realms games. I do like how everybody's gone to the Rapture. And I also like the Machine for Pigs. Not the best Amnesia game, in my opinion, but it is a good game. And I am excited to play Still Wakes the Deep. I've been hearing some good things about it. And I am excited to finally play it. I cannot. Just webcam at the moment. Okay. Beautiful. Truly love that game. And you know what? Since this will be uploaded to YouTube, I'm just going to give my usual things. If I did stream this on Twitch, I do play other games and stuff, not just walking sims. I play like horror games, specifically horror games. I absolutely love horror games, and I am planning to upload a playthrough of Silent Hill 2, the original, on my YouTube channel, which is where you're most likely watching this. I gotta definitely try to edit together my playthrough and stuff. So yeah, look out for that. So if you are watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hit that like button. It really does help me out. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. As I say, I do full game playthroughs on this channel, but I also do scripted content like reviews for movies, games, books, etc. And I also do news related videos, specifically on games and movies. And I do analysis type content where I look at a trailer, break it down, or just a topic that I'm interested in. For example, I did a video called Ether Winters, How to Fix a Bad Character, because I did not like the character of Ethan Winters in Resident Evil 7, but absolutely love him in Village. Specifically, that video was made when the demo was released for Village. I didn't play the full game yet, and my opinion of Ethan Winters from that demo to the full game is the same. I absolutely love Ethan Winters in that game. Not a really big fan of him in the 7, but he has grown on me, especially with playing Village. And if you aren't, if you don't know, I have a Twitch. I have a Twitch, twitch.tv/JarvyRocks. It is a channel where I stream games and stuff, and I even stream live events, special events, like, for example, I streamed the State of Play and the Xbox Tokyo Game Show very recently. So, definitely go give me a follow on this channel. If you are watching this on Twitch, give me a follow on here. That is, if you're not, again, the link to my Twitch is twitch.tv/JarvyRocks. But if you all watching this for the VODs on Twitch, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/JarvyRock youtube.com/@JarvyRocksChannel. I was not able to get the URL link to just Jarvy Rocks because someone else has a channel named Jarvy Rocks and they took it before me. So I had to stick with Jarvy Rocks channel. Hopefully in the future I can think of something better, but at the moment it is just Jarvy Rocks channel. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video and the next stream. And I am going to go and raid someone. I already know who I want to raid. So again, thank you for watching my stream. Okay, let's see. I'll probably stream later tonight since it is now the next day. I'll probably stream later tonight. Definitely I'm going to be streaming the Silent Hill 2 remake when that launches, and I'll be getting it a couple days earlier because of the deluxe edition. So super excited. So see ya.